Hey YouTube, today we're going to show you how to replace a water pump on a Dodge Caravan 3.8 or it might be a Chrysler Town and Country van. Either way, it's the same motor. We're going to show you how to replace that water pump on there. It's a common issue, after some mileage and some years, those things do wear out, and it's also a good maintenance thing if you just want to do some preventive maintenance. I do know some people like to attack things before they go bad. But either way, this is a real simple fix. It doesn't really cost that much for the water pump, but if you get stuck out on the highway and your water pump goes out, it can become a nightmare. It's now summertime. I hope everyone is enjoying summertime. Also want to say thank you for the viewership and all my subscribers. Thank you. I've started this venture. I didn't think that my channel would blow up like this, but yeah, I really do appreciate this. Also, share this with the world, share this with your upload, your Facebook friends and all that other stuff, because knowledge is power, and it's always helpful to help the next person with things that could be helpful to them, and all it'll come back to you and be a blessing and reward for you. So without further ado, we're going to start this video of how to replace the water pump. I think the parts on this were less than 60 bucks actually. You're going to need a water pump. You'll need new antifreeze. I do know some people like to reuse antifreeze, but go ahead and put some new antifreeze in there. What is it, 10, 15 bucks at the most for a gallon of antifreeze? Fresh. I mean, you got a new pump, may as well do new antifreeze. Go ahead and drain all that old stuff out, get rid of it properly. Do not pour it down your water drains, because that can create all types of problems for the environment. But other than that, we're going to get started. All right, hope you enjoy. Please comment, post, chat, subscribe. Yeah. YouTube, so today we're doing a water pump on a Chrysler Town and Country van. The owner was complaining about constantly having to add antifreeze to the vehicle and couldn't figure out why. And actually, she ended up blowing the head gasket, so we replaced the head gasket for her, and then upon looking, we found out that she had the water pump leak. And this is the symptom that the vehicle's given. It's just dripping the water out straight down here, as you can see. And what's happening is the water is coming from the weep hole. Now, in this particular vehicle, the water pump is on the back of the motor at the bottom, and to access it, we're going to have to remove all this stuff here, and then we'll pull the belts off. So once we move this cover off, you'll get a better view of what we're going to do. We're going to take the wheel off. That way you have better access to the panel. And after we take the panel off, we're going to take this cover off here. And it's just on there by some snaps. We can actually pull that cover down out the way. Now you have access to the water pump. Now when you're working on it from the bottom, it makes it a whole lot easier. One of the harder things about this is the tensioner. You're going to need like a flat 3/4 inch bar, and to pull that tensioner down. They do make tools for that. It's just not much space for you to get the tool in there. So if you have a thin one, then that works great too. We actually have a tool that goes in there. It's a serpentine belt tool. Do you have that? No, the belt, the tool to take the belt off. Alright, so we actually have the tool for that, and this is a serpentine belt tool. This is a rather, a little bit more in depth one than you usually find at the parts store. It's got interchangeable heads that you can change, 1/4, 1/2, and 3/8. It's got the drive, and this will actually also ratchet. And then we have the other type. It's just kind of a generic type, which is a straight bar. The only thing with this type is so long and so straight, it's kind of hard to get up in there the way you need to and have the right angle so that you can turn that. So basically, what you do is you stick that in there, And let's turn it around the other way. So this tool has the interchangeable head where you can go from one side to the other. I believe I bought this from Matco, for those of you that are interested in it. So basically, we'll stick that in there. And with the ratcheting head, you know, you're able to ratchet it around and move it the way you want to. And then with the angle down here, you can angle it whichever way you need to so that you can get more leverage or more space to turn it. So then you add a little pressure and you pull that tensioner down. If you would, remove that belt for me. Right there. There we go. All right, that easy. So now we'll take this belt off. Now we have access to the water pump. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 bolts out here. All right, and then that will give us access to the bolts in the back to actually remove the water pump. All right, we'll get that off and show you what it looks like after that. We have the 3 bolts out of the pulley. The trick to this is not trying to actually remove the pulley, but just moving it out of the way so that you can get to the bolts of the water pump. And you'll notice we've got this push forward and you have the bolts to the water pump there. Once you remove those bolts to the water pump on that side, then you pull the pulley to this side, remove those bolts. You're going to remove the pulley and the water pump. Like I was saying, once you remove those pumps, I think it's a little bit better. Once we remove the pulley, then we can get those pump screws around there, and then the whole piece will come down. Alright, so once we have the bolts out around the water pump, you got your pulley loose there. Okay, you can push that back on there. We've got all of our bolts. There's some bolts on the back side there. You can see them up in there. Alright, so then once you have that loose, you can simply jiggle that around. You might need like a little screwdriver or pry bar to pry it out. Yeah. Because the silicone will have it stuck from the gasket material. And of course there's today's mess. It is best to drain these vehicles before you pull the water pump. Ah, damn it. Alright, once all that drains out, now you can simply pull the water pump out. Now you have the housing, the water pump mounts up to it. You want to take like a brush or something and clean all that off, get that surface nice and smooth. Here's your old pump, and the reason you had to pry that off is because of the silicone. You see that gray material there on the gasket. And actually, I don't know if this was, well, I guess someone obviously has replaced this pump before. That's why you have all the silicone on there. But actually, this one comes with a solid O-ring, and you really don't even need the silicone. Alright, we'll get the new pump and get this thing back together. It's coming from CarQuest. It's a 100% new unit, and it also comes with a lifetime warranty. 100% new unit, lifetime warranty. Take a look, see what we got in here. Alright, so we have that rubber seal, and here's your new pump. Alright, so we'll take that rubber seal and put that in there. Now, you can use silicone to hold that seal in place. That's probably what they were trying to do there, but that's just overkill. You do not need that much of it there. And you should have just put it on the bottom to hold it in place while you're installing this thing. But we're going to get this thing ready and get it installed. The first step is I'm going to take that off there and basically just sit your new pump down in there. That is so easy. Look at that. That step's done. So now you put your O-ring in there and then we'll mount it up. After you get out all of your bolts tight for your water pump, then next step you want to take your pulley and raise it on. There you go. Just stick that bolt in there. I got it lined up.
Oh shit! Step up on that.
Alright, you can spin around and get the other three. Then we can put the belt on, fill it up with coolant, and this job is done. Oh, also on this job, I do recommend changing the O-ring on this pipe here. Oftentimes this O-ring will become flat and distorted. It goes right here. It's about a $2 O-ring. It'll take you an extra 30 seconds to pull that pipe down and change that O-ring, but it'll save you a lot of hassle in the long run. The O-ring that we took off of there, as you can see, was distorted and flat, and you know, go ahead and change that so that you don't have any problems. Like I say, it's a $2 fix right there for that O-ring. Is to put the belt back on, and to do that again, we're going to use our tool. Once you got it around the pulleys where you need to, we're going to stick the tool in there. That goes right there in that hole. You see that hole right there? Okay. That fits right in there, like so. Okay. Now, so that I can get some leverage, obviously that piece is kind of short. They give you this longer bar here. We'll take the bar, lock it in. All right. Now we have leverage. Pull that pulley back, and I can reach with the other hand and loop it on to the pulley. See that? Boom. Boom. So easy that was. I just put a serpentine belt on with one hand while filming. So, if you want to make it easy on yourself, invest the money, go out and get the tool to do this. I've known guys to spend hours trying to get a serpentine belt off and couldn't do it. So anyway, get the tool, makes it easy. And until next time, if you have any questions, comments, please post, chat. The serpentine belt tool kit that I was using, this is the full kit here. You notice you have a 3/8 head, a 1/2 inch head, and a 3/4 head for the really large ones. Then you also have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 sockets. Those are for the other type pulleys that have the nut on it where you can just turn it. You also have some crow feet socket, and of course the ratcheting piece. Alright, the ratcheting arm, that's there. And that locks in, and that does ratchet. So it all comes in this nice handy case. I got this from Matco. I can't remember the price of it. I remember I did buy it when it was on sale. So it has that piece, and then it comes with that piece as well. So that's the number. It's the MSBT15 Matco tool serpentine belt service kit, and it comes in a nice sturdy case. Now that is a lot better job or better tool than this one, as you can see. I do have an adapter where you can use a larger head, but like I said, because of this long arm, sometimes you can't, it won't be in the right position, and the long arm will kind of like get in your way. So it's nice to have that arm where it's broken in half and you can split it around. Alright, so that's all I want to show you. If you have any questions or comments, please post, chat, and I love the case that this comes in. Like I say, it's a specialized tool, so you want to take care of it. Don't just throw this in your toolbox. If you take care of it, you'll always be able to get to it when you need it. We have our serpentine belt on. The next thing we'll do is we'll lower the vehicle, fill it up with antifreeze, warm it up to operating temperature, make sure we don't have any leaks, and then we'll be able to return this back to the customer.